Char Margolis, Char Communications Incorporated, and CharVision LLC do not endorse or offer for any purpose but entertainment the views of any guest or other expert on CharVision or UBN.
I knew things before they happened from the time I was a child. At the age of 8, I saw a spirit at the foot of my bed and didn't know what it was. And in my 20s, I finally realized I had a special ability that could help others. I have learned that love never dies. There is a spirit world that can communicate with us, and we all have the gift of intuition. Join me, and together we will explore the possibilities of the unknown from beyond and more. This is CharVision. Hey everybody, it's Sunny and Char. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. It's always a great time of year. So today I have Heather Hans. She's a healer, and she is, I'm not sure. Heather, where are you from?
I'm from Colorado.
She's from Colorado. Now, Heather Hans is a public speaker who helps people use their pain to transform their lives. That's incredible. Her trademark is a unique, creative flair she brings to her work, overcoming trauma, loss, abuse, and health issues, equipped with her winning tools to leave a successful career as a certified public accountant. You were an accountant?
Believe it or not, yes.
And university instructor to pursue her calling of teaching and inspiring from the stage. How wonderful.
Thank you.
And so you founded the Love Heals Productions, LLC. And what do you do with that?
I use a multimedia approach. So I do online teachings and healings, and I also speak live, teaching people how to use their pain to transform their lives and reach success.
Wow. That's incredible. So
Thank
you
you.
earned a master's degree in social work from the University of Denver and in business administration from University of Colorado. Oh, wait. And you managed a substance abuse prevention program?
I did.
Where'd you do
for
that?
Our local school district here in Boulder, where I live. I managed, I ran it with the teens who had some type of substance abuse issues in their family, because everyone's impacted when there's substance abuse. So these were kids whose parent or sibling had a substance abuse issue, and we would go around to different schools and inform students about drugs and alcohol, because they learn best from their peers, not from an adult. So I would just help facilitate the students.
So is this part of the program you offer, is drug abuse?
No, this I did several years ago, but I do
see.
have expertise in addiction.
You do? Wow.
Yes.
My goodness. So you have a calling.
I definitely do.
You have a calling. I mean, you dropped everything.
I did.
Your
I was
whole
in my
world.
30s. I had a baby. I was a single mom, and I went back to grad school. It was because I had this calling, because it wasn't easy to do that. But I remembered that when I was a child, I had this vision, and I even have a picture of it that I found, a drawing of mine, where I was on stage speaking into a microphone, and I wanted to help people be happy and feel happiness. So
I've got goosebumps while you're talking. It's like you're divinely guided.
I am, and
you are. And
Well,
you were brave enough, and you have the confidence to act on it.
I did, and you have actually inspired me to get more into my intuition. See, I've operated a lot on the senses, and having had trauma in my life, a lot of times you learn to kind of ignore your intuition. When you're in bad situations, you can't really listen to your intuition or your inner state, because your inner state doesn't feel good. So you end up dissociating from it. But you've helped me to really tap into my intuition and realize how powerful that is, and that I've always had it. I just haven't always listened to it.
Well, I'm honored. Thank you. That means the world to me. And, because I've dedicated my life to helping people understand their intuition. So thank you. You made my day.
Oh, well, thank you. It's such a gift.
Well, but you already like dropped everything on your own from your own intuition to go back to school and do all this as a single mother. So you used your intuition without me.
I did. Now I'm just continuing to develop it. I always had courage. That I
Right.
had strongly, and I always listened to that. So doing what's scary is what helps us reach the next level.
You know
and I
that-
think,
Oh, I'm sorry.
sorry, I was just gonna say, I think a lot of people get stuck there because it's uncomfortable to do something scary.
Well, when I teach intuition, which I love doing, I always say you have to have the 4 C's: the courage, confidence, commitment to conquer it. And, the courage to do it, the confidence, commit yourself to listening, and then conquering it by acting upon it.
I like that.
So you
I
get
like
an A.
the commitment piece too, because it's still hard. Even when you do what you love, it's hard.
Right.
And there are hard parts of any job and any endeavor, and all worthy endeavors have hard parts. So it doesn't mean there's something wrong just because it's hard.
I feel
You
like
have to be committed.
it's weird. I just saw something behind you psychically. Can I just share it?
Please.
I don't know if I've said anything to you in the past about this, but did you write a book? You're supposed to write a book.
I did. Did you see?
You did
this
write
is
a book.
my
Well,
book.
what is your book? Because we want to promote it. What is it?
It's The Heart of Self-Love, How to Radiate with Confidence.
Okay. And how can people get that book?
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
And my website, heatherhance.com and barnesandnoble.com.
Who published it? You?
It was through Author House. It's kind of semi self-published, but you still have to go meet their protocols and everything
Wow.
to get it published through them.
Well,
So,
that's fantastic. So, okay. So you had a premonition when you were little that you were supposed to help people and you were speaking in front of people. Okay. So did that happen when you were about 8? How old were you?
yes.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people get their guidance when they're 8. It happened to me when I was 8.
Really?
8 years old.
It's
Yeah.
8. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's like written in articles about this when I was 8 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got goosebumps again. Okay, so you help people use their pain to transform their lives. Now, what does that mean?
So pain is energy.
Okay.
And energy is fuel, and it can propel us to the next level, to something better than what we have today. And actually, our biggest accomplishments come not in spite of our past, the fear and pain and failures of the past, but they come because of that. That's what shapes us and molds us and gets us to our greatest, highest self. So it's actually those hard things that we endure that lift us up.
So are you talking about emotional pain?
It could be any kind
or
of
physical
pain.
It could be any kind of pain.
Any kind of pain. And usually with physical pain, there's an emotional component. So they're all related. And I think spiritual pain is often behind a lot of the emotional pain, feeling disconnected.
How do you do that with people? Let's say somebody's got an emotional problem and physical problem. Give us an example.
Well, I like to use a left brain and right brain approach. So there's certain practical things they need to do. So if they're physically in pain, I would look at their lifestyle and see, what is their lifestyle like? What is their diet like? What's their sleep like? How are they managing their emotions? Those kind of practical things, and then draw up a plan. but also there's a reframing that goes on in their mind, where instead of getting stuck in that pain and bogged down by it, helping them to see that it's fuel, that it's here to serve them.
Okay, so without using names, tell us a story.
Okay, so there was someone actually who contacted me from the Middle East, a war-torn country. He couldn't leave his house because bombs were blowing up. It's like a daily occurrence that we can't even imagine living here.
Wow.
And his girlfriend had left him. His friends were all just as depressed as he was. He was feeling terribly alone. And he got very, very depressed. And he started step by step to to tap into what his passions were, and to realize that he didn't have to be a victim. And I gave him, small basic steps to take. But I always Anne Frank is one of my heroes, because even when she was in hiding from the Nazis, she would pull pranks and find ways to have fun. And so no matter what's going on around us, even in the most dire circumstances, we are in charge of our joy. And just helping people to see that and remind them of their power.
And our attitudes. Yes. So what kind of tools did he figure out that helped him?
He started going outside despite the risks, because he realized it wasn't helpful to be locked up in his house every day. And he realized that he hadn't been smiling, and he hadn't smiled at anyone, and no one was smiling where he was. And he started smiling at people. These are just such basic things, but it lifted his spirits. He went on to go to graduate school and become a professor, and now he has this big community of students, and he doesn't feel isolated anymore. And
is he still in the Middle East?
He still is. There were sanctions on his country, so he couldn't leave. But even with that, at first he felt like a victim, and then I encouraged him, well, why don't you look at graduate programs within your country? And that's what he did. And so he worked within his confines and still managed to create joy and success and community for himself.
That's incredible. And are you still in contact with him?
I heard from him not too long ago. I think it was in the past year.
Wow. So describe your professional and personal abilities and other experiences relating to this expertise. So let's start with your professional and personal abilities. What are you, a healer? Are you like a divine healer? Are you energetic healer? Are you?
I am certified as a holistic healer, so I'm always looking at mind, body, and spirit. I'm also a licensed psychotherapist and clinical social worker, and a certified professional intuitive coach.
Wow.
And then I've done a lot of study and got certified in the law of attraction. So I'm always learning myself. I've read over 2,000 self-help books, and I'm just always, learning and trying to practice so that I can teach people from an experiential standpoint. But really, I think probably from my personal experience, it's enduring hardship and reaching accomplishments that I never thought that I could. And so
go ahead.
I was just going to say that kind of experience.
So let's say somebody is in constant pain. Let's say they have a bad back or a bad neck, and they're in constant pain, or a bad shoulder or something like that. Like there's a nerve that's gone haywire. How do you take that energy and help them?
So first I'd want to to know the medical diagnosis. And I'm not a doctor, but I always look at what the holistic cause of any type of illness is from a metaphysical standpoint.
Right.
Because I myself have healed from thyroid disease, migraines, a back problem without
Well,
any
what if
medical.
there's like deteriorated discs or
That's what I had. It was like something like that I can't even pronounce. I couldn't even get out of bed. It was so painful. And I was told I was going to have surgery and probably be on steroids forever. And I didn't have either of those. And I have not had back pain since. So
you healed yourself.
I healed myself.
So how did you do that?
Well, lower back pain is often associated with financial stress and worry, which is what was really going on at that time, just feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders financially. And it's a really, you could see it in the MRI. It's a structural thing that's wrong with my back. But I did get some physical therapy, and I always find that healing's back to that intuition again. It's about slowing down, caring and nurturing for yourself, and really listening to what is it that I need? What's out of whack in my life? I often look at diet because that impacts so much. I've personally healed so many things from with diet. And even with my back, when I eliminated certain allergens, I didn't get swelling in my abdomen, which helped my back not to hurt since they're located in the same place.
Did you stop eating certain foods? Like what foods?
Right. Well, it's more like what do I eat now, which is basically vegetables and organic meat and fruit.
Yeah, because no sugar.
No sugar.
No dairy.
No dairy.
No grains?
No grains.
Well, I've been doing that for 10 weeks.
Have you?
Yes.
How do you feel?
I actually feel really good.
That's great.
But I might fall off the wagon at the holidays.
Yeah, the holidays are hard. But the thing is, like, when you implement new habits, you start getting used to feeling good. And then even when you fall off, which, by the way, is a normal part of addiction recovery, falling off the wagon. Not saying you had an addiction, but just so people know.
I'm sure food has been an addiction for me because I was a fat kid.
I've heard you say that. I haven't seen that, but yeah, I was addicted to sugar for sure.
Well, no, I can do without sugar.
Oh, that's good. You're lucky.
It's bread and butter and pizza.
Yeah.
That's my downfall.
Well, when I found that when you start when your body feels better, and you've developed that new habit, then when you fall off the wagon, you're like, it wasn't really worth it.
It wasn't right.
You know, even if you do it a few times, it's like, it just doesn't have the same appeal that it used to.
It doesn't taste the same because once you do this, your taste buds are different.
Taste buds are different, and then your body will react because your body starts to adjust. So now anytime I eat those allergens, it's like inflammation and not good.
So what other challenges have people overcome with your help?
Addiction recovery.
Like what? Tell us a story.
Okay. There was someone I was working with once who had several addictions, actually: alcohol, pot, and prescription drugs. And also was on mental drugs for her mental health, just too much. And we talked about how we couldn't work together with all of those toxins in her system because it was just defeats the purpose. It's like exercising and then having a cigarette. But even worse, because you can't really, it dulls your senses so much.
Right.
And so, again, it's back to that. People often think that it's so hard to quit a vice or an addiction, but really it's just a habit. And really it's just that beginning part that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And healing actually feels so good. It's like, when you're just being loved and nurtured, or maybe people have memories of being fed chicken noodle soup or
Right.
matzo ball soup or whatever.
Right.
That feeling when you're just cared for like a little kid, and that's how healing feels. It feels really
organic
good.
matzo chicken soup.
What's that?
You can have organic chicken soup.
Yes, and I do have matzo balls on the holidays.
Okay, so they're comfort foods. They're called comfort foods. So
Yeah.
Psychologically, we think we need them, right?
Right.
So, okay, so many people are stuck in pain and are unsuccessful at reaching their goals. So why can't they let go of their pain?
I think a couple reasons. They don't know that pain is here to motivate them. Pain is to me, it's the divine way of helping you move to a higher level. It's saying it's time to change something. You're ready for the next level. But people take the pain as something bad is happening to me.
So they're hanging on to it, but it's really emotional?
Yeah, it's emotional. I mean, people get so identified with their pain. It becomes an ego thing. Like I have so much pain, like a competition who has more pain.
It's like an attention getter.
Attention getter, and sometimes people do need to really be heard. Maybe that is part of their healing, that they need attention. A lot of people have been neglected in their past, and so for that, I do recommend therapy, especially with an attachment therapist, because that is about getting nurtured and met. And a lot of people didn't have that kind of upbringing where they were really seen for who they are.
I understand that. Okay, so you're the author of Heart of Self-Love. That's the book you showed us, right?
Right.
Okay. And how is this self-help book unique? Why is it different?
It's holistic, like everything I do. A lot of self-help books talk about one thing or just the emotional component. My book talks about every part of life, because every part of this life affects us, and the ways that we live our life affects us. And so I talk about everything from education to social justice to lifestyle to mental health, to humor, to charity, to all the different pieces, because I've always found that the more tricks you have in your bag, the better. You can just pull out what you need. If this doesn't work at the moment, try this, always to boost yourself and boost the world.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Wow. So that's great. That's really good. So you're an artist?
I am.
And a former CPA. So you use your right brain and your left brain. So in your work, you help people with both sides of their brain to help them heal?
Well, I use both sides. I have to be creative with whatever I'm doing.
Right.
It has to have some component of creativity for me to be happy doing it. And I'm a huge proponent of self-expression for people, however people express themselves. For some people, it may be fiddling with their computer. It doesn't mean you're actually speaking or, performing or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things I like to do, but I like to be creative. And so I feel like when we do what makes us happy, that uplifts the world. So that makes me happy. And yet I also know the value, and being a CPA, former CPA, and in the business world, I know the value of having a step-by-step, methodical, feet on the ground approach to getting results. And the other thing is people learn differently. There are some people who need to have scientific research. And there are other people who are just really intuitive and spiritual. And
Right.
in order for me to reach both of those people, I need to be able to speak both languages, because really it's not that different. It's just two different languages.
Right.
But people often think they're so different.
Yeah,
they're
that
not.
makes great sense. So you feel where they're coming from, and then you try to speak their language.
Exactly.
That makes good sense.
Yeah, you got to meet a person where they are.
That's a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely a gift. Wow. Well, you are fascinating. So do you help people over the phone? Do you help people on Skype? How do you help people in person?
I do some individual sessions, and I do that on Skype or over the phone.
Okay.
And
how can people get a hold of you?
My website, heatherhans.com. I also have social media, all over social media, and I do tons of free offerings there, daily motivation and inspiration.
But it's Heather, HANS.com?
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting. It's almost like saying hands, but it's HANS.
Right, like France with the H.
But it's because you do healing. And do you do like hands-on healing with people?
No, that I don't do.
Okay. Well, it sounds like all the other things you do are pretty incredible. So I appreciate you being on the show. And to reach Heather, you just go to heatherhans.com, and don't forget to get her book. And like anybody can just call you, and there's a fee, of course, right?
Yes. Okay. Everything's on there. They can email me or call.
Well, I just think it's fascinating that you can help people take their pain and direct the energy somewhere else. So thank you so much for being here and for sharing all your knowledge with us.
Thank you, Char. You are like the best at what you do, and it's such an honor.
Oh, you're so kind. Have a wonderful holiday. Hope you and your family really have a good, safe holiday.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you. Take good care.
Okay.
Bye-bye, dear. Bye-bye. Okay, don't go away, because I have somebody coming here for a reading, and I have no idea who it is, and I don't even know what their name is. So don't go anywhere, because maybe I'll mess up this time. No, I hope I don't. I never know what's coming. Hey, everybody. You probably think I only do individual readings, but sometimes I get a message for everybody. And I wrote a poem that was channeled through me, and I'd like to read it to you. It's called Until We Meet Again by Char Margolis, a message from heaven. My work is done. It's time to leave. Know that I am also missing you as you grieve. I completed my karma on the earth, and now it is time for my rebirth. I'm flying with eagles and dancing on stars. Please know that I haven't gone far. The love we have will carry us through until the day I am again with you. What an amazing journey this passing over can be. I am in good company. I know you hurt, but please trust me. Our journey together is for eternity. So until the day our souls reunite, stay peaceful and well, and use your spirit sight. I will bring you signs from up above, a butterfly, a bird, my sign of love. Don't worry about me. I'm in good hands. Stay strong, stay positive, and continue to pray. When it is your natural day to graduate from the earth, look for me in the bright white light. We have completed our purpose, and all will be right. This is handmade. It's signed by me. It's an affordable gift for any occasion. Just go to char.net and click on store. Thank you. Hi, everybody. It's Char. Well, many of you have asked if I teach psychic intuition, and I do. Everybody has a sixth sense. Everybody has an ability to prevent problems and attain goals in their lives. And I'd love to teach you. Just go to char.net, CHARNET, and join one of my classes and call Nikki, and she'll help you out. Remember, intuition will take you places logic never could. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. Thank you for all your kind comments about the scroll. They're available for Christmas if you want to, or for any time. If you want to buy people a present, just go to char.net. And I've been told by people that it helps really soothe them when they've had a loss in their family. So anyway, so this is Inez.
Hi.
Hi, I've never read for you.
No, never.
We don't know each other. Oh, yeah, if you got it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so just be open about everybody, living and deceased, and don't say the name unless I say it first, okay? I'm going to say my prayer protection to make sure we're on the right track, and then we'll start. We ask the universal consciousness and God that holds the highest spiritual power of knowledge, wisdom, and truth to guide and protect us as we communicate with our guides and angels in the spirit world and tap into the wisdom of the universe. We respect this opportunity and take full responsibility to use this not for ego or controlling others, but with the pure intention of spreading love and healing life on this earth and beyond. I'm seeing somebody that's an R or B initial. Do you have somebody that's an R or B or R or D around you?
No.
Is there a last name? Do you have a list of names in front of you?
I have them in my bag.
Okay. You should. We got to keep going, don't we? She needs to look at her.
Where's your bag at?
Right here.
Oh, just grab it.
Can you grab
Yes.
it? Okay. Don't just focus on one person or one thing.
Okay.
Do you have anybody that's an R or B or R or D?
In their name or?
It could be in the name.
Yes.
Like what? Is there someone with an R?
Yes.
Is it ER or AR or
Yeah. Yes.
in the name? Is it AR?
Yes.
Are there two R's in that name?
There's one with 2 R's and there's one with 1 R.
Is there one that's ARR? Or are the R's next to each other in the name?
Yes.
Okay. But is it ERR or ARR or just there's two R's next to each other?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Are they deceased?
Yes.
Is this your mother or your father
No.
or your grandparent?
No.
Okay. I don't know who this is, but I feel like this person's trying to get to me and I'm not hearing it right. So, but it's two R's in a name.
Yes.
And is this American name?
Yo, yes.
Okay. And is there a T or P in that name?
No.
Okay, I'm not sure. Or an L in it.
Yes.
Does it start with L?
Yes.
Is it L-A or L-E? Or it's just L with two R's in it? It's not like Lorraine or...
It's L.A.
It starts L-A?
Oh, yes.
Like Larry?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Who is this?
My husband.
And is he deceased?
Yes.
That's who I was getting. I'm so sorry. You look so young to be a widow.
I am.
Okay. So he's telling me that he's tried to connect with you. Like he's tried to connect with you in your home. So have you had any kind of things go on with electricity or lights going on and off or
Had
weird things going on and also something with the telephone?
I've had weird things go with the electricity.
Uh-huh.
And for the past few days, my phone has been acting up.
Your phone. Okay, because
Yes.
I feel like he's playing with electrical things around you. I feel that's what Larry's doing. And who else is an L besides him? Or is it just him?
Just him.
Okay. He's showing me that he's come to you at night. Have you felt him at all? Like, do you ever wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yes.
And do you ever feel like you might feel his energy, or you're thinking about him at 2 or 3 in the morning?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like that's him trying to connect with you. Do you recognize that?
No, I figured I woke up and I was grieving.
You thought, well, you probably were grieving, but I also feel like he's there with you. Do you have something of his on the bed? Do you have his?
No.
Okay, you don't have his pillow.
No, my daughter has.
Your
his
daughter
pillow.
has his
Yes.
pillow because he's showing me somebody hugging their pillow. His pillow. Is that her?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and I kind of feel like he may be guiding me to her, and has she said she had a vivid dream about him?
She hasn't mentioned it to me.
Or has she said anything about feeling his energy around her?
She hasn't mentioned it to me.
Ask
Yeah,
her.
I will.
Because I feel like he's tried to connect with her. I feel like, and where's his keys? Do you have his keys?
Yes.
Do you use them now? Or why is he showing me his keys?
I don't know.
Do you use his keys?
Occasionally, I use his keys.
And also, this is weird. Do you have something of his in the refrigerator, or a photo of him on the refrigerator?
Near the refrigerator.
Near the refrigerator.
Yes.
Yeah, he's showing me that. And he's also, is there a dog in the house?
Yes.
Because he's saying that the dog must miss him. I think the dog misses him.
I think she does too.
Yeah, the dog, I feel he connects with the dog. Who left something open? Who left either a door open or a refrigerator door open, or did you have any issue with a door, or do you have a doggy door?
No doggy door.
Okay, did somebody leave a door open?
Not that I know of.
Why is he showing this to me? Is your refrigerator near your back door?
Near the front door.
Or near the front door?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like telling me to make sure you lock the doors, because he's showing me the keys.
Okay.
Do you have an alarm in your home?
Yes.
But you're not using it?
No.
Okay, that's maybe what he's saying. I mean, I'm not worried. He's not worried, but I feel like he's saying that he's still watching over you. He's still taking care of you.
I can feel it. Yes.
He's still. And where's his shoes? Do you still have his shoes?
Yes, I do.
By the bed, or in the bedroom?
No.
Where are his shoes? He's showing me his shoes.
They're in the garage.
Are you going to give them away?
No, I'm saving them for his children.
Oh. Okay, because I don't know why he's showing me his shoes. And was he cremated?
No.
Or he was buried?
Buried.
Okay, so did you write him a note?
Yes.
And did you put that in the coffin?
Yes.
Okay, because I get this sometimes. And who spoke? Did the children speak, or at his memorial or funeral, or did you speak?
Both myself and the kids.
Yeah, I feel like he heard your voices. He heard what you had to say. And he's showing me there's a heart. They're showing me a heart. So who put a heart on the piece of paper? Did the kids draw him photos or pictures rather,
Yes.
and put it in the coffin?
Yes.
Of hearts.
Yes, they both did.
And are they both hearts?
Yes.
Okay, I brought Kleenex. 1 second. I did bring Kleenex. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I knew I needed Kleenex today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, and is there anyone involved? They're showing me the sky, so I don't know if it's about stars in the sky or the moon or the sun or something. Why is he showing this to me? Do the kids have some connection to rocket ships or stars or is there any symbolism of connecting with him with stars Or do you say that star is daddy? Or
No, but I know my son goes to school out of state, and my daughter is here in state, and they use the stars and the moon to connect
your son and your daughter use the stars and the moon to connect
to each other.
to each other?
Yes.
Okay. He's showing me this, but he wants them to know that he's there when they do that. So what does that mean? Like at night they go out and look at the stars and the moon to see where it is?
My son's in Utah. My daughter's here in Los Angeles. So my son told my daughter, when you look at the moon, I'm looking at the moon too.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That makes sense to me. Why am I thinking about a Beatles song?
Well, I used to work for Capitol Records.
You used to work for Capitol Records.
Yes.
Okay. Are they Beatles people?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And when you worked there, is that when you met him?
Yes.
Or
yes, I worked there when we were together.
when you worked together at Capitol Records.
I was with him when I worked at Capitol Records.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he's showing. That's how I get things sometimes because I get things symbolically, and are you thinking about doing? You're working now though, right?
Yes, I am.
And are you wanting to change something about your work?
100% yes.
Okay, so I feel like you need to be very proactive and organize it so you can do what you want to do with a new opportunity. Are you going back to school?
Yes.
Okay, because he's saying that going back to school will be really good for you, and he's sorry. He feels. I feel like he feels guilty because he kind of abandoned you. He feels guilty about it, and he's so sorry that he did that. And what is there some connection about him and the bracelet you're wearing?
Oh.
He's saying something about the bracelet.
It was an anniversary present.
It was your anniversary present from him.
Yes.
Okay. So he's showing me that he knows took me a while to connect with him, but he definitely jumped on board here. And he's saying he's always going to be there for you. He's very much in love with you. He's always going to be there for you. And he's sorry. He's sorry. I don't know. Did he not take care of himself? Did he do something silly? I don't know.
No.
He just feels like he abandoned you, but he didn't intentionally
He
abandon.
didn't do it. He got sick. He had cancer.
Yeah, he did not intentionally abandon you. So then the other thing is, but did he not catch it in time? Did he not take care of himself? Is that what happened?
He wasn't aware that he was sick, and when he was diagnosed, it was pretty much a death
That's
sentence.
so sad.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, let's not think about how he died. Let's think about how he lived and the legacy he's left with his children and with you. He wants you to be open if you decide to date somebody else.
Yeah, we discussed that.
You discussed it
Yes.
before he crossed over,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Is there somebody he suggested for you?
No.
Okay, but you're open-minded about it.
Yes, I am.
Okay, because he's saying there's going to be opportunity for you, and he's going to try to help put you in the right path with that. So I guess you love being married.
I did.
And you do.
Yes.
And you had a great relationship, which not a lot of people have in this world these days. So he's saying that, that you can, a soulmate is someone who helps our soul to grow. So he's your soulmate, but there's other opportunities. So he's saying be open-minded about it. And this isn't the first Christmas without him, is it?
No, it's not.
Is it the second? Which one is it?
I think it's the third.
Okay.
Yes.
Because he's showing me something about Christmas that you have of his. I don't know if it's a stocking. I don't know if it's a ugly Christmas sweater. I don't know why he's saying this, but he'll be there around Christmas. Are the kids coming home?
Yes, my son will be home.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
good. That'll be good. He's also saying one of the kids are going to be in a romance. Are they in a romance yet?
Oh, they're so young. They're
How-
14.
They're 14.
Yes.
Somebody's in a... But who's in Utah?
My son
At school?
at school.
He's
Yes.
14?
14.
I don't know. There's something that, well, I had my first boyfriend when I was 14.
It's probably my daughter.
But he's like, I feel like he's going to be like my dad was. Nobody's good enough for her.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. There's going to be like some kind of romance. Keep an eye on that one.
I will.
They might be too young.
Absolutely.
Yeah, keep an eye on them. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to connect with Larry. I'm so sorry
Thank
that
you.
you had this loss.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's
Thank
my
you.
pleasure. Okay, everybody. Boy, God has no prejudice about who they take when in our lives. We got to live each day to the fullest and appreciate everything we have in our world. To look at our cup half full is so important for all of us. So I wish you all a good holiday and take good care of yourselves and open up your gift of intuition, because intuition will take you places logic never could. Be well. Bye-bye. Thank you. It's Char. Well, many of you have asked if I teach